Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you guys are having an awesome day as always. Today we're looking at some rare coins from the year 1980. So if you guys got any coins from 1980, you can look for these errors that can give your coins a lot of value. This first coin up's pretty obvious. This is what was supposed to be a Roosevelt dime. However, we have the Roosevelt dime design from 1980 that was struck onto a defective copper core. All right, so if you turn your coin sideways, you'll notice on the edge of the coin you can see the copper line. So this is missing the clad layers. It was struck on just the inner core of the coin. So a defective copper core, it only weighs 1.4 grams. This coin sold for $822 at auction, so never pass those up. Now this next coin is a very obvious type of mint error. It is a double strike 1980 Lincoln penny that sold for $124. Now keep in mind there are double strikes that are not as extreme as this one that you really have to inspect under a coin microscope or a coin loop, and I do have those available at the link in the comments below. So hit that link. All the coin collecting supplies is at that link. Now here is a 1980 penny that you would have to use your coin microscope or coin loop in order to find this particular coin. Now 1980 pennies are very common coins. However, if you find one that has a doubled die obverse, they can sell for a pretty good chunk of money. This particular penny here sold for over $550 at auction. Now the doubling you want to look for is on the date and on the lettering of the coin. So you can really see it there on the word Liberty and on the date, 1980 itself. So this coin, like I say, sold for $552. It is graded at a 65 red. So a perfect grade is a 70. This is at a 65. You know, had this been graded at a 50, it would have not sold for, $550. But because it's got, a pretty decent grade, it's got that doubling. Most of the value, of course, is in the mint error itself, that double die. But, the grade of the coin, which is the condition, also affects the value as well. Now, here is a 1980 Roosevelt dime that was struck onto a defective blank planchet. So you can see that there as we zoom in on this dime. This coin ended up selling for around $140 at auction. So don't mistake something like this for damage, because it could be, you could be turning 10 cents into over $100 just by finding something like this. You guys want some free silver? I give silver coins away literally every single Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Whatnot app. We put coins in front of the camera. We start it off at $1 and it sells for whatever it sells for. $3, $100, $5. If you guys want to get in on the free giveaways, click that link in the comments below. I got my Whatnot link on there. You guys get $15 free credit. And you know what that means. You can go over there and get one of my books from my Whatnot shop absolutely free with your $15 credit, or you can buy some silver. Silver and gold is on the rise. I mean, come on, you can't pass up getting $15 off a silver coin, or if you buy anything under $15, you get it absolutely free with your Whatnot credit. So feel free to hit that link in the comments below. Sign up today. Catch me Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. You don't even have to use the $15 credit on my live stream. You can go to any seller on Whatnot. If you want to buy purses, shoes, yard sale items, storage units, jewelry, coins, whatever you want, Pokemon cards, sports cards, you can buy it with your $15 credit, and I'll see you guys over there. Click that link in the comments below. Now here's something that can easily be passed up, in coin rolls from the bank. And again, a lot of these errors you can look for on all kinds of different coins, not just coins from 1980. But in this particular case, it is a 1980 Lincoln penny that has a die break, which we can see that little extra metal there on the rim of the coin. Now die breaks can be very large, very small, mediocre. This is a pretty small die break. That's why the coin only sold for $31 at auction, but you can look for die breaks on just about any type of coin. Now this next penny here looks very normal on the reverse of the coin, 1980 Lincoln penny, but on the obverse of the coin, the design kind of looks distorted. What happened here was the obverse of the coin was struck through a late stage cap die. The die is what has the design on it, comes down and strikes the design onto the planchet in order to create the coin. So this coin ended up selling for $53 because of that mint error. Now that coin was graded at a 63 red. This next coin here is also a result of a die cap strike. So this one is one grade higher, graded at a 64 red, and this penny ended up selling for $84 at auction. Not too bad. Now obviously this coin here, you know, someone might mistake this for damage. You'll see a lot of the design being cut off here, but this is actually a genuine mint error coin. What happened here is the penny design was struck onto an elliptical planchet that only weighs 2.4 grams. So this particular coin should weigh 3.1 grams from 1980. So 2.4, way off. The design's being cut off. Pretty obvious error. This coin sold for $114. Next up is a 1980 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin. Now the obverse of the coin looks very normal, but as we flip the coin over, again, we see that distorted reverse design here. And what happened was the reverse was struck through grease. Now you can look for strike throughs on all kinds of different coins as well, but this one is pretty valuable for a $1 coin from 1980. The coin ended up selling for over $310. Moving on to a 1980 Lincoln penny that has a large indent on the obverse of the coin. Because of that mint error, this coin ended up selling for a little over $70 at auction. Speaking of indents, here's another obverse indent taking place on the 1980 Kennedy $half coin. And this coin ended up selling for $77 at auction because of that mint error. Of course, the grade and the condition always affects values as well, so keep that in mind also. This next coin here looks very normal on the reverse. It's a 1980 Roosevelt dime, but as we flip the coin over, you can see it looks copper. Now that is the inner copper layer of the coin. The reverse has the outer clad layer, but this obverse design here on the front of the coin is missing the outer clad layer. So that's why the coin ended up selling for a little over $100. Now speaking of missing clad layer, on this Washington quarter from 1980, the reverse is missing part of the clad layer. So it's a reverse partial clad layer missing taking place here on this 1980 quarter. This coin ended up selling for around $140. I think it kind of looks more unique when it's partially missing the clad layer as opposed to the whole clad layer missing, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. You know, mint era coin collectors, they collect all kinds of different stuff, you know, based on looks or, you know, how rare it is to happen on a particular date, the grade of the coin, and all those things. So this next coin has been cleaned, so do not clean your coins because it will take away a lot of value from them, especially if they're rare mint errors like this coin. This coin was struck 10% off center, 1980 Washington quarter, and it ended up selling for over $30. Had the coin not been cleaned, maybe it sells for $60 or $75. It really just depends on the time in which you sell it, the grade, and really the demand at the time in which you sell it. So $31 for that coin. Next up is a double denomination mint error. So we have a 1980 Lincoln cent design that was struck onto a Roosevelt dime. So you'll see both designs of the penny and the dime, and this can happen on multiple different dates. We've shown them in previous videos for other dates, and this coin ended up selling for $1,200. Next up is a 1980 penny. Well, what was supposed to be a 1980 Lincoln penny. However, in this case, it's a little bit different than the last coin. So the last coin, we have both designs, right? We see the Roosevelt dime design along with the penny design. So for that last coin, the dime had already been struck and the penny design was struck on top of it. Now, in this case, we have a blank dime planchet. So the dime design was not struck onto the planchet. However, we have a Lincoln cent design that was struck onto a Roosevelt dime planchet from 1980. Now this coin ended up selling for $312 at auction because of that error. Now here is another mint error, 1980 Washington quarter. In this case, you can see the design being cut off. The coin doesn't look right. We have a Washington quarter design that was actually struck onto a Jefferson nickel planchet. So that's why the design's being cut off here, and this coin ended up selling for $223 at auction. Next up, we have a Jefferson nickel that looks like it's copper, and it is copper because the nickel design here was struck onto a Lincoln penny planchet. So that's why the coin looks copper, is because this planchet was intended for a penny design to be struck onto it, not a nickel design. And that's why the coin sold for over $450. Now you guys know in 1980 they made Susan B. Anthony $1 coins. Now this is a 1980 Kennedy $half $1.50 coin, 50-cent piece. So in this case, we have a Kennedy $1/2 design that was accidentally struck onto a Susan B. Anthony $1 coin planchet, right? So that's why the design is being cut off in this case. This coin ended up selling for nearly $1,000 at auction. Now this next coin is the 1980S proof Lincoln penny. So this is the penny that you will typically find in your 1980 proof coin sets. Now it has a rotated die, and this is an error again that you can look for on any type of coin. So all you have to do is put your little fingers down there by Lincoln's chest and flip the coin directly up. You see how the design on the obverse is straight up and down? Now when you flip the coin over, the design is sideways. It's not straight up and down. It's a rotated die. And believe it or not, that can add a lot of value to a coin. In this case, this penny sold for $384. So always inspect your coins very closely, guys, because you never know what you may find out there. And don't forget to hit those links in the comments below for all the coin collecting supplies, coin deals, coin microscopes, coin loops, and coin scales. Link is in the comments below every single video. And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.